change it on my screen, but you get to see it nice and big-and. Alright, are you happy with that? Is everybody ready? Are you strapped in? Are you holding your balls? Hi Lisa, hi Leviathan. Are you holding your balls? This is gonna be great, I'm sure. I've never once had a bad patch from these guys. They've never done anything wrong. Ever. 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 How did that get... wait, oh, you can't see it. How did this get here? Oh no, they've no... oh, what? Do you remember this? I fucking do. Alright. Let's go, gamers. Vanguards. The master of the mystic arts is getting a little oomph in his arsenal. I know how to read. Increased daggers of Deccan? Projectile charge from 8 to 10. The neck. I don't know what it says. 8 to 10. Okay, cool. Reduces cloak levitation cooldown from 15 to 12. I don't care. Strange is fine. Like, I'd argue he was actually in a pretty good spot. He wasn't overpowered, but he wasn't particularly weak. You'd see him picked for his portal, and... actually, I guess outside of his portal, he was weak. So maybe these buffs are good. Maybe this is a good start. Deserved. Raven thumbs up. Next. Groot. I am Groot. Translation, Groot got slightly more reach and a bigger... why are we buffing Groot? Like, we had our Groot season less than a season ago. Increased Vine Strike from 20 to 22 meters. Increased for Colossal effect range from 20 to 24. I guess they're not huge buffs. In 90% of situations, those won't affect the game. So that's fine. I can forgive that. Danish? Magneto. Okay. So far we're 2 for 2. I like both of these. They're fine. Magneto, reduced metal bulwark and iron bulwark shield value from 300 to 250. That's a pretty minor nerf. It isn't going to massively affect him, but it is something. 4. Gain a fixed 1/4 force upon exiting the awakened rune stage. So you can't exit it and have 0 now. You will always have at least 1. So you can, I guess, use all of your stuff and then dash away. Or do some other combo. I'm not a 4 player, but a 4 being meta would be interesting because he hasn't really ever been meta. I don't know if this will be enough. Lightning Realm, new effect. Enemies leaving its boundary are grounded for 2 seconds. Oh no. Grounding affects Jeff. Chat. Grounded stops Jeff from swimming. Oh no. 4 is gonna be a spooky boy. So the way grounded works against Jeff currently is if you are grounded whilst swimming, you're fine. If you are grounded whilst above ground, you can't swim. So this means if a 4 dives you, you need to immediately hit swim and just back off. Because otherwise he can drop this bubble on you and you will not be able to swim. Although it says upon exiting. Does that mean you could start swimming it and then start swimming and then swim out of it? We'll have to test this. We'll have to test this. We're getting look, I don't know if I can officially say this yet, but for those who aren't aware, generally the way early access works is they let all the big content creators in, and then 2 hours later, the little guys like me get in, which means that chances are tomorrow, about 3 hours after the big streamers get in, I'll go live and get to test things. Chances are, I can't promise 100%, but that's probably what it will be. About 3 hours after the main content creators have got in, I'll get in and show you some cool shit, and we'll need to test this one. Black Panther, increase sprint rend cooldown from 8 to 10 seconds. Which one is sprint rend? Once rolled in a minimum bonus health and refreshes the ability. So it punishes you more if you fuck it up. So if he misses it, he's more punished. Okay. It doesn't solve the issue Black Panther has of killing you and the reaction to it being 1 frame.
Not enough for now.
Like, I don't think Black Panther should be nerfed into the ground. I just don't like that he requires your team to save you. Even Jeff can't do much about a Black Panther outside of swimming up a wall. It's kind of a boring interaction. Sorry, my multi-chat still isn't working. Is it possible to play as Jeff mostly as a healer, not harassing the backline, and he'd be valuable for the team? Not really. Like, in theory, yes, you could play him as mostly a healer, but the problem with it is, there are just other people that are better. If you want to play as a healer, play as Luna, who will never get fucking any type of proper nerf in Marvel Rivals history, because she's their baby girl. Or play as Cloak, or play as Invisible Woman, or any of the actual main healers that can do a lot of healing. Jeff's strength comes from the fact he's versatile, so you need to be doing a lot to get value on him. Right, so Black Panther's getting a very tiny nerf. Like, this will not change how Black Panther feels unless you are in low elo against low elo Black Panthers. But most Black Panthers will not miss this, because if they're missing this, they're not playing Black Panther in the first place. So it won't change Black Panther. He'll still be super unfun to go into, but not worth a ban. Iron Fist. Increase... Oh, I'm not going to even fucking pretend to know what each of these are. So, Fifth Strike. So is that his passive where his like attacks build up? Sorry, 1 minute. Iron Fist. Yeah, it's his Fifth Strike. Okay, cool. So he gets a bit more damage, increased his max health per strike, so he's better at tank busting. Recover bonus health decay start from 1 to 2 seconds, so he now has his bonus health for longer. He's got 2 damage buffs, a damage buff versus tanks, and he'll stay tanky for longer. Iron Fist has been mega buffed. This is huge. This is the season of cheaper Town Hall. Star-Lord. Gain 25 bonus health when using Stellar Shift, which lasts for 3 seconds before decaying over decaying 0 to 2 seconds. Decaying to 0 over 1 second. Jesus Christ, words. Star-Lord, fuck him. He didn't need a buff. He wasn't massively OP, but he wasn't weak. Why are you buffing him? If I scroll down and I don't see a Jeff buff, and you've buffed fucking Star-Lord after half a season of him not being S tier, I'm gonna kick you in the fanny. Let's see. Wolverine. Increase the energy cost of Last Stand ultimate, so his ultimate costs more. Lifesteal gained from his team up no longer contributes to Wolverine's ultimate ability energy. What? I think he can't get ult charge from Lifesteal now. Which makes sense, I guess. So they've kind of double nerfed his ult charge rate. If you have the team up, you won't get it any faster. And in general, it's going to be way slower. That's quite big. Wolverine already wasn't worth banning after the nerf. So his ult's just going to be less common. Spider-Man, increased damage per second of his ultimate from 150 to 170. That's a big deal, because that means characters like Jeff will struggle to out-heal it now. Because he's going to be doing like 40 more damage per second than his ultimate. This is big. Spider-Man gets his ultimate pretty quickly. This is quite big for Spider-Man. He'll be able to more Spider-Man now will be able to more often and more easily execute supports in the backline with his ultimate, so his team can push aggressively. You'll need to watch out for ulting Spider-Man. Adam Warlock. Reduce the energy cost of Comic Revival ultimate by 300, so he'll get his ult more often. Comic Revival new effect. Revive allies gain bonus health equal to up to 70% of their maximum health, which lasts for 5 seconds before decaying to 0 over 2 seconds. That's fucking massive. Yeah, that's a big that's a big buff, because it means you can't just execute them as soon as they spawn as easily. Cosmic Cluster new effect. Each hit now reduces Avatar life stream charge by 0.3 seconds. Cosmic Cluster. Which one's that? Adam abilities, Cosmic Cluster. Is it his charger? It is. And then what's the one it reduces the cooldown of? Avatar live stream. That's his healing, right? Yeah. And wait. Oh. Each hit. And it fires 5 shots, right? How many? 1, 2. Oh no, it fires like fucking 8. If you hit all of those, you're gonna get like, if you can land that consistently. Okay, Adam's gonna be actually pretty decent this season. He's still low mobility, so he's still gonna be punishable, but he's gonna be far better. He's going to be a significantly better support. Adam might be like... If you're a good Adam, he might be like really fucking good. He's still going to take skill to use well, don't get me wrong. He won't be like baby support, but he's going to be good. Cloak and Dagger. Increase the energy cost of Ethereal Bond, the ultimate, by 300 points. That means nothing. Cloak and Dagger gets her ult in like 2 seconds, so now she'll get it in like 2.1 seconds. It's a nerf, but it's like the most baby nerf of all baby nerfs. It doesn't matter. Mantis. Increase the healing by 10% with new team up. Reduce healing flowers healing over time effect from 12.5 to 10 seconds. Reduce the life energy blast projectile charge from 20 to 15. Charges. Reduce the life energy blast projectile charges from 20 to 15. Wait, what the fuck is that? Yeah, it is. So they've reduced their ammo count. They've reduced their ammo. Increased 10% healing with new team up anchor effect. Increased soul regeneration. Increased soul regeneration ultimate. Excess healing to bonus health conversion from 0.7 to 1. A new team up anchor effect gets gentle nerf to balance cosmetics. I don't really understand this. I don't really get it. And then we're at the team ups, which means they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything to Jeff. Jeff, who, by the way, gets flamed every fucking game. Every game, this little fucking idiot gets flamed. Oh, I accidentally muted my music. There you go. Alright, let me just... 1 minute. I need you to see him whilst we talk about the fact that they just refuse to utter a single word of love towards my son. Look at this little fucking idiot. Look at his dumb face. And then think about the fact that the devs refuse to ever show him even a modicum of respect. This little fucking boy, this child of God, look at his face. And not Guangguan's face, no. Guangguan is sat there in shame, knowing what he has done. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand why they are so terrified to just let Jeff be fun again. Like, he's fun because he's Jeff. But, like, why are they ignoring the fact that every game you log into as Jeff, you get flamed endlessly? Endlessly. Every single game. No one wants Jeff on their team, and no one wants to play Jeff anymore. But they refuse to do anything about it. Like, how many seasons has it been since the rework? It happened in season 2.5, right? So it's been an entire season's worth of time. Like, be so fucking for real and tell me that I'm not, like, am I insane? Like, chat, can you tell me, if you are somebody that ever plays Jeff, do you get flamed for picking him? Not for doing badly. I'm not asking if you do badly. I'm not asking if you do badly. I'm asking just for having Jeff on the team. Let's say you're doing fine to neutral and the team starts losing. Do you get told to swap or flamed for playing him? Because in my experience, near every Jeff player experiences this thing where they get flamed for simply existing as Jeff. And the Marvel Rivals dev team seems convinced that the rework was great and it's put him into a really good position and all this other shit. That's wrong. That's wrong. Jeff is not in a good position. Like, Jeff is fine, I guess, if you want to have a baby bitch support that can AFK and heal at the same time. But why should that be in the game? There needs to be supports of different skill levels, but you can't leave those supports permanently neutered because in theory it's easy to heal with them. It's easier to get value on Cloak and Dagger than it is on Jeff. It's easier to get value on Luna than it is on Jeff. Because your team isn't going to throw just because you locked him in. We were winning a game the other day. Am I going to be able to find it now? Yeah, we've had some good and bad moments. Where is it? It was on the new map. Was it this one? I'm looking for the person that went... It can't have been that long ago. Was it this one? No. I'm looking for a particular game. We played a game the other day, me and the gamers. and we won the first round. Is it this one? Maybe. No, I don't think so. I can't find it. But basically, me and the boys, did a game the other day. And we won the first round. We won it. Great. We go into the second round. It's King of the Hill. We lose the first fight. Not the first round, the first fight. I will point out, we lost that first fight. One of our teammates was AFK at the beginning of the round. I don't know what they were doing. They might have went to get some water. They might have been distracted. Doesn't matter. It was a 5 versus 6 and one of our teammates arrived late. It happens. Don't care. But we lost that fight. From that moment on, our other support demanded I swap Jeff. When I didn't, they swapped to Rocket and did no damage and no healing as Rocket. They literally threw the game because I was on Jeff. And this isn't like a rare thing where people bitch and moan at me for playing Jeff. Anybody that watches my stream knows that this happens all the time. All the time. Just anytime anything goes wrong. I mean, like, like, there's this clip.
Ringo.
Use this, Jeff. Use this, Jeff.
Wow, 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 wow. I'm a tiny penis, insecure manlet, and I'm gonna cry online. Wow, 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 wow. What is a clitoris? Wow, 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 wow. I've never touched a woman. Wow, 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 wow. How do I make someone come? Wow, 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 wow. I'm lonely and sad and want to cry on the internet instead of improving myself. Wow, 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 wow.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm in the wrong for fucking snapping back at him there. This person, you notice, that was the third round, had been complaining like that for the entire game, blaming me because I was Jeff, as if first off I'm the fucking issue. When I'm sorry, my fucking win rate is good. If I was the issue, my win rate would be awful because I'd be losing most of my games. My win rate is good. I win most of my games. I play well as a player. I very, very, very rarely throw, and I even if I did, it wouldn't justify the amount of hate I get as a player. I am so often flamed, have so many throwers, and never off of my gameplay, always off of my hero. And if you have a hero like that in the game, and the devs just mindlessly refuse to look at why, there's an issue there. Jeff was whinged about before because he didn't play like a generic support. So they added Ultron to the game and got rid of old Jeff. Now, Jeff is whinged at more than before because he's just seen as Luna, Invis, or Dagger, but worse. So people say, well, you're playing Jeff, so just go play Luna. You're playing Jeff, so just go play Invis. I'm fucking sorry. All seasons, all modes, please. Where's fucking Invis and Cloak and everyone on this? Down here. Down here. 170 hours. Do you think I'm going to get the same value I get on every other hero that I do on Jeff? No. Fuck them. So fuck them. I'm going to keep playing Jeff. It is insane to me that this hero that is in a generally accepted to be pretty shitty position is just ignored by the devs. Unless it's for marketing. Unless it's for funny video moment where they can stick one of their staff on top of him and make him do a little funny dance. Or they can use him to market some new thing. For marketing, they love him. It's constantly all over the marketing. But like, please explain to me why you refuse to acknowledge Jeff's existence or Jeff player's existence. This it's so fucking cringe. I am so sick of Jeff being ignored by the devs. I went on this big fucking tirade about how the Jeff rework would be bad for the game and bad for Jeff. Everybody told me I was wrong. I said beforehand I didn't need to play it. I've played enough of the character to know that it's going to be awful. I then got into the early access, and it was the least I ever played of early access because Jeff wasn't fun in it. Then it came out, and people were like, wait, maybe Raven was right. And then about a month later, everybody that fucking told me I was wrong about Jeff and he was going to be way better and way healthier and way stronger, shut the fuck up. Because they knew that they were wrong. Because Jeff is in a bad position. He is fundamentally lost as a hero. He doesn't have a personality anymore. Like, he has flecks of the old personality in his design, but like, what is his personality? Fucking crashing into walls and there being that dumb bug where you can't swim up them properly? What is his personality now? Standing AFK and cleaving through, healing enemies, healing allies, and doing like 70 DPS to enemies that just feeds enemy ult charge? What is his personality now? What does Jeff do that another support doesn't do better? Like, is there a single thing, like genuinely, chat, tell me, what does Jeff do that isn't done better by another support? Because if you're talking about healing, you have 1, 2, 3 supports in the game that basically take turns being in S tier. And sorry, they don't take turns because Luna's never been fucking nerfed in Marvel Rivals existence and has been S tier since the game came out and will be forever. If you want damage, you have Adam, you have Ultron, who is a DPS, you have fucking Loki, who again has been S tier every fucking season apart from in the beta. So you've got damage, you've got healing. What about utility? Maybe he's good at utility. Oh no, we've got Loki, we've got Rocket, who has super high utility. You've got everything in every other support. Jeff's identity was as a hybrid flank DPS that happened to be able to heal and support to heal and do damage at the same time effectively. They destroyed that part of Jeff. He no longer does that as effectively. He can still do it, you can still do it, but it's no longer effective enough as to where most of the community accepts that. Meaning, you have to give him something back. You have to do something. And I don't mean rework his ult to be another big healing circle. I don't want that. I don't want Jeff to get a big healing circle. What I fucking want is for Jeff to go, oh, suddenly I can do what I used to do again. Or to at least get a fucking buff. So what they're trying to do with him now doesn't get me flamed every game. Because I don't even fucking think I struggle with him enough for him to warrant a buff for me personally. My win rate is high enough that I personally do not need him to be buffed. What I do need is for him to be buffed enough that the community stops flaming me just for playing him. Like, genuinely, it isn't even about me wanting to have a S tier hero. I don't want Jeff to be S tier. I think a character like Jeff, very much like a character like Penny, if they're S tier, they're going to be super unhealthy for the game. I think they would be perfect in somewhere like B to A tier, if you're talking about a balanced version of them. Instead, I have to deal with the fact that most of the community thinks my main is a D to F tier hero, and I'm trolling for locking them in. And the devs refuse to even pretend to care. All they want is cute character for marketing and fuck the Jeff players. Like, it's so crazy. It makes me so sad because I love Marvel Rivals and every interaction I have had with the dev team has been fantastic. They've always been funny, friendly, welcoming. They've answered questions for me. They've been very helpful. I've never had a negative interaction with the Marvel Rivals team on a personal basis. Ever. They're a lovely team for each of them that I have spoken to. But why the fuck are they not doing anything about this? There isn't a single other hero in the game that I know of that gets flamed in the same way Jeff does. And they continue to pretend that Jeff is in a healthy spot. He's clearly not if the community at large continues to bitch and moan about him. You listened to them before and took away the most fun parts of his kit. Why won't you listen to them again and give me them back? Let me play my silly little shark. If I'm gonna get flamed, let me be silly little shark and have fun whilst getting flamed. Instead now, I have to fucking stick my hose pipe up someone's ass whilst they call me shit at the game. It's not exactly the most fun experience for me personally. I don't know what you guys are into, but not for me. I'd rather be like, oh, you're being a dick, fuck you. I'm gonna go do my own thing and carry you that way. But no, we won't buff Jeff. We'll just buff the same 4 heroes in rotation in and out of S tier. I know that, Nem. I know. It doesn't make sense at this point, because universally, Jeff is considered relatively weak. People will argue, they'll argue over where, but pretty universally, he's considered weak. He has a negative win rate, he isn't very popular in competitive. He's popular in quick play, but in competitive he isn't very popular. He gets flamed constantly by the community. People do not want to have him on their team because he is seen as weak and a troll pick. And the devs go, yep, that sounds good. Let's leave him the same for another 3 months. And then we might come in with another fantastic rework. Like, it's just, I don't care what they do. I don't want him to lose any more of his personality, so I don't want them to rework him any further. I either want them to revert or buff the current version. Because I'm sick of the fact that I don't like that they reworked him in such a janky way, so I don't trust them to rework him into a better character, because their version of a rework would probably be to remove all of his aqua bursts altogether and make you literally not be able to move unless you're healing someone. But, like, they could just buff him, give him 2 more aqua bursts, maybe give a little bit of burst onto the bubbles, maybe make his ultimate leave some type of healing puddle on the floor, maybe give him an option to eat without to eat people without eating his teammates. Maybe give his teammates the ability to dodge his ultimate without having to use abilities. Yeah, maybe if you try to eat your teammates and it isn't a specific action, you leave them with a bit of overhealth instead of eating them. Everybody in your ult area that's on your team gets like 50 overhealth. Or something like that. But like, instead, they just go, oh, we're going to ignore him, pretend he isn't an issue, let Jeff players get flamed every single game they're in. Literally every game, if we aren't stomping, I will get told to swap. It's like, I don't get it. Because again, my win rate is fine. I am climbing, I don't play the game as much as I used to, but like, I'm climbing, I'm moving my way up. It's not like I'm not like struggling to get value with him. I'm struggling with the community. Like, and I'm really struggling to enjoy competitive at all. I mean, if you look at my stats, Season 2 was when I picked up Jeff, and I had 50 hours in rank. And most of that was solo. Then Season 2.5, he got reworked, and I only got 30 hours on him. Then Season 3, and I'm gonna have about 30 hours on him again. Now, I have thought he's more fun this season, but notice how I've not clocked anywhere near the same amount of time since this season. And my win rate was negative that season by 1 game. I'm pretty sure this adds up to be negative, right? 140. Yeah, I was 1 game negative this season. This season, I was positive by a fair amount, right? Yeah. 152, it would double to. So yeah, I'm positive by like 7 games this season, but I played 20 hours less. The game just isn't as fun when you're constantly getting flamed for no reason whatsoever. I get fucking value on him. I get value. I make my teams more likely to win. I get picks. I push at the right time. I get good ultimates. But no matter what you do as a Jeff player, people will see that we're losing and blame you because the perception is that he is bad. So why couldn't they just given him an aesthetic buff, at least, to try and fix the fucking community atmosphere around him? It's exhausting being a Jeff main at this point. And I'm not going to stop being a Jeff main. I'm not going to, like, suddenly swap and become a fucking Luna player because I like my heroes with personality. But, like, fuck me, man. Just, like, do something. The hero you use near most as a mascot is getting flamed every fucking game. Every single game! The community thinks he is weak. The perception is he is weak. So either, like, so there are 2 ways I see this going. Either they are dumb for not putting out a buff for him, or when we see the stats come out for this season, we're going to be blown away, and Jeff's going to have a really good win rate. If Jeff's win rate is like 52, 53%, then I'll shut the fuck up and I'll apologize. Because at that point, it means that the community perception is just a bunch of morons. Which it is, to be clear. If you're flaming your team based off of their hero pick, you're a moron. Let people play what they want to play. If I lock in Luna with my total of like fucking 5 hours of gameplay, I'm not going to be better than... I'm not going to provide more value on 5 hours of Luna than I would on 200 hours of Jeff. That's not how that works. Just because she's stronger doesn't mean I'm going to be better with her. I have almost 200 hours on Jeff. There is no hero in the game I will provide even a modicum of value close to what I can on Jeff. It's just like... It's exhausting and it's sad and it's just disappointing. Like, it's genuinely disappointing. Because I want to be really supportive of this game. I have found my own really cool community within Marvel Rivals. I love the Marvel Rivals community that I've got myself in. The Jeffs and the other people that don't main Jeff within it. There's a lot of non-Jeff players within it. And I love you guys. But fuck me, the community at large is a pain in the arse. And the devs just don't seem to want to acknowledge the fact that they think Jeff is terrible. So they're just going to let Jeff stay the same for like 6 months, rework him, give him 2 skins, ignore him some more. And then like come on, man. King Onyx, thank you for the 5 USD. They're just going to hide behind their new chat monitoring filter features and continue to think Jeff is completely fine. This is the thing, like, outside of me being actively wrong, like, I don't think Jeff is very strong at the moment. As a Jeff main, I could be wrong. I could be. But in my head, again, as a Jeff main, if I was, like, listing the supports in order of power, Jeff would be near the bottom. Like, Jeff would be near the bottom. He's my favorite, but I don't think he's strong. I don't even think I would place him anywhere near the top. Because the top is pretty obvious. You've got your Luna and you've got your Loki and maybe even Dagger this season. Dagger's been a bit, you know, people haven't realized how great Dagger is this season. But like, you've got your Loki, your Dagger, your Luna, Invis is up there because she's safe. Then you've got your funky characters that can be a bit more dependent on different factors, like your Mantises, your Adams, your Rockets. Maybe not S tier every game, but in certain scenarios they really cook. Then you've got Ultron, who is just a DPS, and I refuse to count him as a support. And then you've got Jeff, who doesn't have a place. Like, I can't think of where I'd put Jeff. Like, I have no direct position that I would put him in. Because he doesn't, like, you can compare Luna, Invis, and Dagger. You can compare Mantis and Adam as, you know, quirky outliers. They don't quite fit into the normal mold, but they definitely have a strong personality within them and what they represent. And Jeff had that. Jeff was the flank support or DPS support hybrid.
You know, I've just realised, Jeff's the Moira of the game.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, but he's so much shit for.
But it isn't, like, you get, Moira was different. You got shit for playing Moira because they saw her as a skillless character. People don't see Jeff as a skillless character, they see him as a useless character. That's the difference. It isn't about whether Jeff takes skill, because there's plenty, like, Cloak is a relatively low skill character. What, like, people give Jeff shit because they think he's fucking useless. Thank you for following, welcome to the cult. Yeah, Chloe's in the background. Like, people give Jeff shit because they don't think he's valuable. It isn't because he has a low skill floor. Peng, a Jeff strike won't do fucking anything. It'd just give the fucking people what they want. Don't threaten a Jeff strike. It's what the community wants. Man. Anyway, I'm sorry for rambling, chat. I went on a long ramble. We know the team ups already. I'm just disappointed. Because at this point, I was really hoping the devs would be like, yeah, well, the Jeff community didn't like the rework, so we'll throw them a bone. You know what I mean? But they don't really seem to care about that. They don't seem to want to fix the community perception of Jeff. And it's sad. It's just a bit sad. It's left like a segment of the player base a little bit homeless. There's no one in the game like Jeff. And it's led towards this sort of feeling of almost, well, we either have to accept a less fun version of him that the devs ignore outside of marketing, or swap heroes to something that we also don't enjoy. So you're sort of just forced to enjoy the game less. And it's just disappointing. Anyway, that was my very long, very ranty, very rambly yapathon about the fact that the patch notes are a massive disappointment again. They slap some of the supports on their wrist. Loki and Luna continue to be the Jeff's favorite little babies. They are Daddy's princess and prince. They do not get touched. They stay S tier. They stay winning. So if you really want, if you're smart, learn Loki and Luna. They'll be meta forever. They'll be S tier forever. The devs don't care about balancing them. They want to keep them as strong as possible. And don't become a Jeff main because it's fucking stupid and dumb. Because the Jeffs don't get given a fuck about. Like it's fucking wild. Like, man, it's just sad. It's just sad.